Wouldn't it be cool if people watch us on there?
No.
It would be kind of nice.
Yeah, a live studio audience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another installment of Culturally Irrelevant, the podcast where we bring you the best cultural topics from a biblical worldview with exciting and intellectual humor. We're a little short-handed today, but it's okay. My name is Miguel. I'm with my bestest friends of all time, Brandon West and David Wright. What's up, boys?
Welcome.
Where's Bill?
Where is Bill?
Sneaky Bill.
Mr. Bill. I'm not
It's
going
right.
to use the voice.
We'll try to stay away from all of our favorite Trump topics as much tonight, since we don't have our insider with us. We'll just kind of sound.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think unless I have someone tell me this is how you should think. And that person is Bill.
Bill.
He tells me how to think.
No, Will tells me how to think. Bill tells me how to live.
Oh. Yeah, he's a good guy overall.
Hey, Are we March Madness fans in this podcast?
This is, by the way, this is Culturally Irrelevant 10.
Is it 10? I thought this was number 9.
It might be. No, I think it's 10. I think it's DSA.
9.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's
We're not going to check right now, though. Just trust me.
Well, okay, I'll trust you. I believe you.
Welcome to number 10.
I was going to say the deuce, but that's 2, isn't it?
I think
I don't know.
2
You're the
is
Spanish
deuce.
speaker.
I don't think it's 2. I don't think deuce is 2 in Spanish. I think it's like I'm taking the deuce. Which brings us to our first topic. Indian planes.
Oh, what a great segue.
That's good.
Boom.
Yo, This might be the hottest, no pun intended, international news item of the last week. This is such a wild, wild story.
It's transcontinental.
Transcontinental.
It's such a big thing that I made my phone wallpaper, the images from. Let me just show you here. No, wait, that's too inappropriate for our audience, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna get banned off Apple Podcasts for your.
What was it? It wasn't an American airline, was it?
No, it was an Indian airline. I think.
Surprise.
And yeah, you'd think they would know how to handle this kind of thing, but nobody did. It was just, it was chaos, man. It was, all the toilets were clogged, all of them. This is I don't know if you've ever flown across the Atlantic or the Pacific. I don't know what route they're taking. They're a slat anyways. They didn't go over Antarctica. We know that for sure. But with that being the case, you probably a good 6 bathrooms minimum on that airplane.
At least.
Yeah. Do you think it was one guy going from one to the next, or do you think?
I couldn't even compute. I couldn't compute, first of all, that many people would have to poop that much to clog 6 toilets in a short enough amount of time frame that we're turning the plane around.
No, but that's why I wonder: was it one guy, or do you think it was like a syndicate?
It's not what happened. It wasn't the poop that clogged the toilets. Some guy with plastic bags and rags clogged the toilet. And then on Reddit here.
So it was a terrorist attack.
On Reddit here, the top comment says, "Talk about a crappy flight." That's something you'd find on a mom's Facebook. Yeah, I found it here. It's right here on Reddit.
The top comment on Reddit. That's pretty sad.
Yeah,
that's the most offensive thing I've seen on Reddit this week.
So I
couldn't compute that all the toilets are clogged, but then I couldn't compute that the response by everybody on the plane was just to start dropping deuces in the aisles of the plane.
No, that didn't happen. Come on, Miguel.
It was a 10-hour flight.
Come on.
I poop every 2 hours.
No, I do think that I did hear that did happen. 10-hour flight, like David said. Some people, they have an active metabolism. You know how airplane food is.
I guess so.
Airplane food, right?
I prefer Indian street food where they just like make a show about like slapping things and like lighting things on fire.
Yeah, give a rice patty a nice spank.
And it's just like the most vile thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah, but then I guess
I'll take 2.
They never show us the post-credit stinger where everybody gets on a flight back home to India and apparently blows the plane up as a result. Tragic. That didn't land. But that's okay. Neither did that plane until they turned around and landed their poop-filled butts back down to America. Craziness.
The plane landed with
dude.
a bunch of poop on it. Welcome back to another episode of Culturally.
Yeah, it's crazy how we missed the one time that a plane does land in the past month.
And we got
to give him credit.
I hate flying. Flying scares me so much.
Credit is due.
Credit is due. Hey, the pilots, they don't know how to run a laboratory, but they can land that turkey. That's for sure.
Are you guys afraid of flying like I am or no?
Dude, no.
Why are you afraid of flying? Let's get into this.
Oh, because I don't want to die.
Okay. Have you experienced any statistics that would make you feel like when you get into a plane, it's a serious risk that you need to stress over?
Like, not recent ones, but like
I mean, even recent ones, it doesn't matter. The statistics are there. Your chances of dying in a plane are slim to none.
What are they? What are the chances of dying?
I don't know.
They always.
Somebody chat GPT it right now. How
No,
many
they always say-
successful flights
no,
happen every day with no deaths?
it's like
a
1
whole
in
lot.
3. It's like not bad.
1 in 4.
33% chance.
Well, they always say no. They always say that like driving your car is more dangerous, but when I'm driving my car, I'm the one driving, and I drive straight. And then when I pull into a parking spot, I pull in straight into the parking spot.
We're not talking about
Preposterous.
parking
Increases-
spots again. Also, when you're driving your car, you are driving your car, but you're not controlling the scores of cars that are within a 100-foot radius of you at all times. When you're flying a plane,
when I go through
there's
a
nobody
green
around you.
light.
Miguel's never
No,
heard the term
defensive
defensive driving.
Yeah, Miguel doesn't know what that means. He's too busy backing into every
right.
spot.
The annual risk of dying in a plane crash for the average U.S. passenger is 1 in 11 million. David, stop stressing about things
1
that
in
aren't
11
going to
million.
happen to
Miguel, when you go to an empty Walmart parking lot at 2 a.m., do you reverse into
Often.
the parking spot?
you. Yeah, but especially if it's an empty parking spot, I can do what's called a drive-through. You pull in
No,
forward, and then you
it's called a
drive
pull
through
through.
into the next pull-through. Okay,
Yeah,
I accept that correction.
Thank you.
Back to the airplanes topic.
How do we feel about pull through? It's actually it can be potentially very dangerous.
Why? Oh,
Because
if you're coming through and then someone's coming in.
you don't know. I mean,
This
it's,
is
potentially dangerous means a fender bender, but
It can be also
know,
potentially humiliating. I haven't spoken about this publicly, but twice while I was dating my now wife, I was driving her car and tried to be all fancy about like, ooh, here's a cool parking trick. Let's do a pull through. Didn't notice the curb and drove over the parking curb twice.
bottom out.
Oh yeah. Had to like rev it to get it to boom, 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 bounce back over.
And you were in reverse.
No, I was actually going forward. I hadn't shown her my back inside yet. You know.
I
She
guess the
wasn't
most
ready.
important question was she impressed?
With my pull through over the curb abilities, quite
yeah.
quite not.
Did you say, watch me jump this thing?
Watch it. I also rear-ended her one time while I was following her in my Lexus. Rear-ended her at a red light.
Yeah, just a little pat.
Nothing's worse than hitting a curb with a girl in the car.
Oh,
Even if it's just like a.
I'll
just,
submit.
you
I'll tell you what's
glance
worse. I'll tell you what's worse. You can hit a curb in your buddy's Tesla who's letting you drive it while he's in the passenger seat.
I don't
Yeah,
care
that would
about my
suck.
buddy. Who cares
Oh.
about your buddy?
It burns.
No,
burns the
that's
soul.
all good. That's the best. Really, I know we're going to talk more about the Tesla fiasco later, but nice thing about Tesla, underrated feature, the wheels have like a plastic, it's almost like a hubcap on top of them. They look cool, unlike most hubcaps. But so you run up on a curve, you just snap one off, then you get another one, you just snap it back on, and your wheel's good as new.
Do you know
Bing,
who
bang,
this,
boom.
the
Bing, bang, boom.
engineer, YouTuber Mark Rober? Have you ever seen that guy?
Ooh.
Dude, yes.
Is this the guy? The guy.
I've been
that's
talking about this nonstop. Hit me,
So
David.
I'm a Mark Rober. Well, I thought
I used to
a
be.
fan, I
Yeah.
guess. But in recent times, he has like 65 million subscribers, which is like pretty awesome. Almost as much as my hero, Mr. Beast. My
No,
hero.
He's not even close. Mr. Beast.
I
has like
love
200
Mr.
million.
Beast. He's not totally demonic.
No,
Anyways,
he's a genius. He could be the Antichrist, but we'll find that out later and then make our decisions.
So Mark Rober releases a video, and it says, "What was it, like testing self-driving cars or
I think it's like,
I
can
don't know.
we trick a self-driving car? Or
Yeah,
something
can we
like
trick a self-driving car?" And so he goes with a Tesla versus, I don't know what it was, some car that was using LiDAR.
that? Yeah.
And Teslas only use cameras. And the whole video was a sham. He didn't put the Tesla in...
to self-drive at all.
yeah,
Well, first of all,
what's it called?
he didn't put him into. They didn't put him into real-world scenarios. First of all, they were like,
What are you talking about? Do you know how many times I have to dodge a fake wall while I'm driving? All the time.
And you do it in reverse.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, no, it's super impressive. Sorry, David, what were you saying?
Well, what's it called? So Tesla has autopilot, and then they have
And then they have
FSD,
full self-driving.
full self-driving. So he never put the car in full self-driving.
No, which is a totally
And-
different technology.
And all cars nowadays have autopilot. All cars have adaptive cruise control.
It's a I mean, it's better than adaptive cruise control, but all it is it's a fancy cruise control.
Interesting. Anyways,
yeah.
so when he goes through the wall, the wall was pre-cut out with these like jagged shapes, so they knew they were gonna go through it. They wanted like a clean punch through the wall, which was made of styrofoam or something. And he released a video on X trying to like defend himself, and you see him. He doesn't even put it into autopilot until the last like 3 or 4 seconds,
and then
not even the correct self-driving.
Well,
and then he just smashed through it.
So there's a few additional layers too. Even in that video, you see probably 3 seconds or so before he hits the wall, autopilot disengages either because he pressed the brake pedal or he turned the wheel.
He turned the
wheel. So that disengaged. There's other tests. They did a series of tests like, would it stop if a little kid ran out onto the road, or would it stop if there was, a little kid and they were covered in, so much fog that you can't see a foot in front of you, or a hurricane where it's just sheets of water and there's a little kid standing in the middle of the road for some reason. So like these were the tests that they did, but for some of the tests they didn't even use autopilot. So for instance, they're driving on a road, like a marked road, and there's tests where he's doing it and he's driving down the middle of the white stripes of the road, which autopilot
wouldn't be happening.
The whole point of it is to keep you within the lines. So it would be impossible for autopilot to be engaged while going down the middle of the marked road. And
this skips us up to the topic we had on the list too. There's like a smear campaign. I mean, would you not agree that whatever he's doing seems to be intentionally geared towards making Tesla look bad?
Well, so it was undisclosed in the video, but it turns out people looked up the LiDAR company that it's a publicly traded company that hasn't been doing great.
It was disclosed
in the video.
Yes.
What'd they say? I don't remember it being disclosed.
He disclosed. It was. I watched the whole 18-minute.
Did he say he was getting paid?
No, he said it was. He disclosed everything about the LiDAR company, but the point is,
did he disclose the partnership with the LiDAR company?
Yes, and he's not getting. It's a non-paid partnership. I'm telling you, I watched the stupid 18-minute video, and it was pretty awful.
But what were you gonna say that got discovered after, Brandon?
Well, it was if it was disclosed, then I missed that. I watched the whole thing looking for a disclosure. But what was weird, though, is that the LiDAR company had on a banner on their homepage, watch this new video from Mark Rober, like famous YouTuber, where he tests our new technology or whatever. And then once all this stuff started happening, they removed that from their website, like a couple hours later. So
cover up. Yeah,
so like the whole thing was a hit job. I mean, and then the next day, that company's stock prices go up by 30%. So it was a really weird situation, and and even beyond that, it was a total. I mean, I think that's what's disappointing for people that like were fans of the videos that he put out, because they were always very palatable, educational, and also very entertaining videos about like the engineering process and all these cool things that you can do.
But then it was like he just totally sold out.
Well, I mean, he just the whole thing was made to make Tesla look bad, make LiDAR technology look good, and never acknowledge the fact that like LiDAR is great for stuff like fake walls or fake roads on a wall in the middle, but like LiDAR is not good at all kinds of other things. The reason Tesla doesn't use LiDAR is because it's expensive and it's slow. So that's why Elon Musk looked at the situation and he was like, okay, we can be 90% as accurate, way more often than LiDAR can be 100% accurate. And, or if we just use like this is existing hardware and then just, ball out on the software, make this incredible neural network to where we're able to analyze, all these images every second to make all these calls. And it works great. But yeah, you had the whole tech YouTube brigade out, using it as an opportunity to dump on Tesla. I don't know if you know the YouTuber called Jerry Rig Everything.
I've never heard of him.
He's another big tech guy, famous Trump hater, famous Elon hater. And then like he's in his comments very like full self-driving destroyed. And then, people are like,
didn't even use FSD.
Well, right. That's what people were saying, that he didn't use full self-driving. And then he's like, yeah, that's because full self-driving doesn't actually exist. which is like another whole thing in the Elon haters where it's like, we're still waiting on full self-driving to come out because the thing that's around now isn't actually full self-driving. And it's like, I can drive from my house to Orlando without touching my steering wheel. If it's not full self-driving, like, what
I
is
don't know
it?
what is.
Is it just, if Elon invented a way to use magic to get me to Orlando without me touching the car, that's equally as impressive, if not maybe more. So I mean,
I just find the timing of all of this incredibly suspicious. We're seeing these crazy Tesla attacks. I don't know. You're the only one in the chat that has one, Brandon. I don't know if you feel any kind of trepidation at night when you're sleeping. But if I had one, I'd feel a little bit of it. It definitely feels orchestrated in the sense that it doesn't seem like they're just going around, cracking every Tesla. It seems like they're just trying to get in the news with it. I don't know who I mean by they. I'm just talking randomly. But then this YouTuber comes out and trashes Tesla in public. It's almost like it just feels like a campaign with multiple layers.
If I was in like a blue state, or like California or New York or whatever,
the risk in Florida is probably
in Florida, whoever whatever organization is going around, vandalizing Teslas, it's like every third car I see on the road around here is a Tesla. So I don't think people care, but it has been fun to see, the Tesla security system in effect all over the internet.
It is kind of wild.
It's amazing that people don't realize that this is a thing yet, because
I see every time I see a little video clip of some 40-year-old white woman setting fire to a Tesla. It's like, ma'am, do you not understand how 2025 works? Like, we're watching everything you do.
I got like 16 cameras on this thing recording all the time, and my car's parked.
But no,
come on,
dumb
dude.
people will continue to be dumb.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's also just a car. Like, it's not like Elon Musk is building these by hand in like a garage somewhere, and like we're all buying them from Elon.
Right.
It's like,
and he's already sold them. So all you're doing is harming the people who own them. And I truly think all these protests and all this Tesla hate is paid for by deep state organizations.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And if you can definitely affect. Tesla's stock has dropped, but the U.S. market has lost, I don't know what it was, trillions of dollars in the last couple weeks. So I don't know that that's affecting it directly already. But you can still create a culture of fear, and you can try to create this atmosphere of like, man, even just owning these vehicles doesn't seem like the right call, so maybe people are going to buy it less. I don't know if it works, but it just seems a little too intense and a little too perfectly timed with all the stuff that's going on with Elon and the government. And then all of a sudden, we have this form of protest being broadcast on the internet. These are wild times we live in, but
somehow we're still okay with Volkswagen.
Hey, I have an Audi. So.
Yeah, the Fuhrer is proud.
Hey. Speaking of, man, I had a great segue and I just lost it.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, wild times we're living in, and they only get wilder because now the government is dropping files on conspiracy-laden events. The JFK files dropped right now. People all over the internet are uploading these documents to Grok and finding out
I'm done
that
with
they
this.
say absolutely nothing.
I'm done with the whole social media influencer overpromising from DOJ and FBI.
I'm so over it.
It's the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it multiple times. DC Drano. No, and the cool thing is, you shouldn't make fun of him because he's 5'4", and no one should be made fun of if
So
they're
we don't make
below
fun of
5'5".
short people? Who made that rule?
There's a threshold.
You can't be rude. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a normal-looking guy.
All right.
I'm just over this whole. It's all clicks. It's all saying rage-baity things and being annoying on the internet, and that's the juxtaposition between X is such a great resource for like finding news. But then you have a bunch of morons who just say things that aren't true, or it's look at me. I'm a look at me guy. Look at my binder. Look at the new JFK. There's nothing new.
Nothing new.
Has anybody found anything in those yet that is of any interest at all?
I mean, they've only been out for a few hours, and I'm sure that you can always claim that you haven't read through this detail or that detail. So I'm sure there's tiny things that people can blow out of proportion, but. I'm with you, David. I think it feels pandering to me, and not even just from the social media influencers. I will risk speaking ill of our installed political party because Will's not here, and so I feel like less less nervous about it. But honestly, it feels like I'm being pandered to by the Republican Party. They're trying to play this card for the people that just sit around their tables and smoke weed and say, "Oh, JFK conspiracy theories. Oh my God, they're dropping files. That's so amazing." And it's like that's not real. That doesn't affect our actual life. But it's floated out there as internet candy.
Yeah, Miguel, you should be like I am, constantly criticizing the Republican Party because they're just men and women, and they all are sinners and they all make mistakes.
I know, but I used to be a Democrat, and now
it doesn't matter.
Just let me into the club, so I'm trying to follow the rules. I don't want to get kicked out again.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
It's walk on eggshells.
No, I don't think you should. I think you should know what you believe, and then when you see things that don't align with your beliefs, call them out. I think I do that all the time. Like I was talking about Thomas Massey. Don't like that guy, and I saw him do something stupid recently too.
Did you guys, Miguel? Did you see when I just dunked on David over and over and over again the other day in text?
He did. I don't like Thomas Massey. I'm
surprised you brought him up, dude. Now all those facts are fresh in my mind. If you want to do it
risky
again.
move.
Well, I think he just won. Every year they put out a list of like the top 100 hottest congressional leaders, and he was number one. The hottest.
How old is he?
No way.
He is 79.
No,
he's
like in his 50s.
And
still 50s. Too old to be considered a hot individual.
He's not like a hot individual.
He looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid if you mix that with the Grinch.
Wow.
I don't see Grinch. I can't see Cabbage Patch.
Well, the Grinch, because he has no heart, or like a very small heart.
What in the world? He's cool. Come on.
This is what I'm here for. The fired up,
cool.
the fired up back and forth over Thomas Massey.
No, he's an engineer. It was cool. He has like a self-sustaining farm that he built by himself at his house, where he reclaimed an old recycled Tesla battery and basically wired it into his home to use as like a backup battery source. He did that all by himself.
Cool.
Like it's really neat.
Yeah, I'm talking about things that are bigger than engineering and Tesla batteries. You know, I did when I watched the Mark Rober video. Top comment was Thomas Massey, and he said, "Great vid, thumbs up emoji."
Thomas Massey is cool, and he knows how to do things beyond pander, like most of people in Washington.
So we're pro Thomas Massey on culture.
No. The culturally relevant doesn't take a joint stand on anything. We all have our own beliefs, and then we believe them.
David,
it's called being a human being, Miguel. You should wake up. It's not that hard.
David's not sure why he doesn't like Thomas Massey yet.
There's no tribalism here. Respect my view. I feel offended right now, honestly.
Yeah, it's just like Hamilton. It's okay that he hasn't seen it.
Wait, no. We're talking about. Let's talk about this.
I support his right to hate it, even though he's never engaged with it ever, and he's allowed. He's allowed outside voices to influence his thoughts. He is allowed outside voices to influence his thoughts on Hamilton.
It's called my conscience.
Never seen.
It's called my conscience.
I don't want
to
turn our group chat into a crutch because I always want to bring stuff up on the show, but I feel like no, we gotta be different than that. But
it's the whole point of the show.
I am here to expose. That's fair. I've never been so offended as I was when you attacked my innocent expression of not even love for Hamilton. I was just sharing a thought I had. Like, man, I'd just love to watch some Hamilton today. You know,
what was your real thought though? Tell me what your real thought. What was your actual thought?
My thought was I wanted to have a few drinks and watch Hamilton. That was my real thought.
Yeah, he wanted to kick.
I shared it, and you attacked it immediately, and attacked it as someone that hasn't even experienced the magic that Lin-Manuel puts together in this perfect artistic piece.
but I kind of own you.
David, wait, hold on real quick. I see your toes are right in the camera.
Ew, gross. Hey, can we cut that from the top, everyone? Gross. I have disgusting toes.
I just saw a little flash of flesh graze the corner of the camera.
I guess I gotta start selling those.
If you just listen to us on audio, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Skip to about the 25-minute mark. If you screenshot, the first person to screenshot David Wright's toes and email them to Brandon.
We're going to cut this segment.
culturallyirrelevantpod@gmail.com.
culturallyirrelevantpod@gmail.com. The first person to screenshot those toes and send them to us is going to win an incredible prize. Yet to be.
But we have 4 listeners. Anyways, can we talk about how you said in the text thread I hate people who criticize things that they've never experienced.
100%.
Let me say how I owned you. I owned you. I owned you
tell me.
big.
Tell me.
I'm glad you're bringing this up now because I don't know if this was known.
It's all right. I got my own in the back pocket, so let him have his. Go
All
ahead.
right, go ahead.
So I've never experienced waterboarding, but I am critical of it.
That's interesting.
That's an
Would
own,
you
bro.
say that waterboarding
That's
is as subjective of an experience as, I don't know, say standing in front of the Mona Lisa? Or would you say that those two experiences are one very much more objective than the other? Because I would tell you that waterboarding is very objectively torture. It involves overwhelming.
How do you know? You've never experienced it.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now the facts.
I'm
It
talking
involves-
about logic.
This is logic.
From your sentence. No, logically, in your sentence.
Listen to this
dude,
logic.
You're stupid.
By
No,
understanding the form of what waterboarding is, so I don't have to experience waterboarding. This is Plato. Don't listen to me because I'm not taking
that's
a philosophy class or anything.
that is
But
philosophy. You're
there is
negating
a
your
form
sentence.
of waterboarding that I can understand without experiencing, and knowing the facts of waterboarding, that it overwhelms the nervous system, that it causes stress and pain. I can know that is not a good experience. But standing in front of the Mona Lisa is not something that I can know based by fact. There's no form for standing in front of a piece of art. So that I can say is subjective and say, yeah, you might have to try that before you judge it. And I'm saying Hamilton and waterboarding are just as diametrically opposed as the Mona Lisa and waterboarding. Therefore, your argument holds no water, and the level of your owning is very low.
I can hate Hamilton without seeing it 100%.
So why do you hate it?
Because you guys both like it.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're getting somewhere.
That's more reasonable.
Yeah. I can
All right.
receive that as criticism. It's fine. We won't invite you to the Hamilton watch party.
No, we
I
will.
wouldn't come if my life depended on it. If
I
it was gun to
will-
my head, there
If
would
it's
be
the-
person come.
If
First
it's the
person
last
to
thing
email
I
us.
do, what
Go
do you
ahead,
want me to
Brian.
email?
Okay, don't
First person
scream
to
into your
email
mic
us.
to be louder than us.
First person
Annoying.
to email us a screenshot of David Wright's toes
I want to talk louder than everyone right now.
gets VIP tickets to our Hamilton watch party.
With David. No,
With
Guys-
we will watch Hamilton with David.
No.
It is going to happen.
We're gonna
we'll
force
do
you
it.
to do it.
We'll do it
No.
for the sake. We'll do it for the sake of the show, and it'll be a fun little thing where David
I'm
comes
busy.
back
I'm
and
busy
gives
that
his thoughts. We'll watch it on your TV at your apartment. We'll all come over, and then,
I'll
I'll do
even
that.
do a puzzle while you watch it.
Okay, that's great. And then I'll do that, and then the next episode we'll record. I'll get you guys to go to the gym.
okay.
Okay, first of all, that felt like a fat joke, and that's not cool. It's 2025, and body shaming
Almost-
is not allowed. We'll
I
cancel.
almost
So,
brought my toes back in. Sorry.
Body shaming might be a little bit
Well,
back.
going back to your argument, I used to work out a lot, so I know very much exactly what goes on in a gym, and I
Very
don't
much,
like
very much exactly.
it. Very much exactly. And I don't like it after having experienced it. Unlike
don't like
you, who
working
judges
out?
things without experiencing them.
You don't like working out,
I like
even though the health benefits.
I love the health benefits, and I love the post-workout feeling, but man, I hate the pre-workout feeling of like, I gotta go work out.
Yeah, I love it. I haven't been working out recently. I've gained weight. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I used to work out. I used to.
Well, my counselor's been telling me for 3 weeks that I should probably start working out because it'll help me with my anger issues. Just being real with you guys, and I haven't started it, so we're in the same boat, David.
Your therapist?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've thought about therapy, but I've never gone.
You
It's
know,
a thing.
I
Whenever
talk
you
too
start
much.
whenever you start a podcast, you got to get a therapist.
100%.
Yeah, it's just like kind of a
we
thing.
had. I think we had some stuff happen last year at a certain place, and it brought some people in to talk to us as staff. And one of
Oh.
the results was like, "Hey, you should explore your own counseling, just
Yeah.
for like your own sake." And I did it because it was free. I probably wouldn't have done it if it
That's
wasn't
awesome.
free. But
It's
Trying it out.
expensive.
yeah, trying it out 2 times for free was actually pretty engaging. It was
Yeah.
not as rewarding as maybe super proponents of counseling might make it sound, but it was definitely not an empty endeavor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing, but at the end of the day, like, the things you have to deal with in life, the challenges, the difficulties, they're on you. But if you can help, like, better your mindset or better your perspective, I think it's cool. I just don't have money to,
Yeah.
do it right now. But
Well, and I was also very grateful that it was Christian counseling, because I think a lot of like worldly counseling ends up just being pay me for an hour of pity party, like just come talk about it and tell me all your feelings and really explore why do you hate David Wright? Well, it's because he doesn't like Hamilton, and it really just makes me feel like my opinion is not. Yeah, what does it make you feel like when your opinion is not valid? And then it just becomes a cry session, but you don't solve. I'm not trying to generalize therapy. I'm not trying to knock all types
Any
of
good
therapy.
therapist would
Well,
tell you
hold
to
on.
cut him out of your life.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You mentioned cry session. Speaking of
Tasteless.
cry,
Speak of your cry session.
no, I don't do that when
David.
people interrupt my stories, bro. Sorry.
You can't
Not
handle
today.
that.
Not now. Not then. Not ever again. That's from the Grinch. I was gonna tell a bomb story, but
Come
whatever.
on, he apologized.
I had a gem, and then you had to cut in with nothing to add to the.
That's what we
So,
do here.
so I
We cut in
literally,
until the good joke lands.
while you were talking, for some reason Siri started and totally cut into what you were saying, so I missed it. Can you say that again?
You got me. I have Siri on my Mac. I don't have it on my phone, and I don't use face scan, which is LiDAR.
Really?
I use buttons.
You use
numbers.
the code?
I've been since they took away thumbprint and then they introduced face scan.
Thumbprint
I've
was
used
better.
I've used numbers, and my code is. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, but
Why do you
how
use-
many minutes of your life have you wasted punching
Yeah.
a code?
Why don't you like?
It's not wasting.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know. I think it's more reliable if it's like dark or like so I wake up in the middle of the night and need to
False.
get on my phone. I'm not gonna.
Face
Are
ID
you
never fails.
I don't know.
are you ever concerned that you're like going to forget your year of birth whenever you go to put it in?
It's not my year of birth, and it's for. It's
Got the hiccups.
it's five. It's five. It's six. It's six. A six
Oh
number
my
combo.
goodness gracious! 6?
Yeah, I can type pretty fast.
Not as fast as
Not as
me.
fast, Yeah, as the second fastest typist on the show, I bet you can type pretty quickly. Your thumbs are nimble.
You know, I've literally never used the face thing. Weirdly
You should
enough.
try it. It's really nice.
And Siri. I don't use Siri. That's
I don't use
Dude.
Siri stinks.
I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I use Siri for is if I'm driving. I can have it text people, but that's about it.
I just have my
yeah,
car
that's
text
a
people.
good use. I don't know, like, hey Siri, look up the thing about the. Dude, either you type it in or no information in your head. Like, we shouldn't rely on a robot for every single thing in our entire life. You know what I mean?
That sounds like somebody that's clearly not utilized ChatGPT yet.
I use
Sounds like
I
someone
use
that's never
I use
watched
AI.
Hamilton.
I
That
use
does sound
AI.
like somebody that does. AI is now an extension of myself. It's not a
Wait,
replacement.
Can you
It's an
just please
extension.
save this? Can you save this? I've been struggling to fall asleep. Can you save this conversation for when I'm ready for bed? And you
Oh, my
can
goodness.
literally put me to
Our-
sleep.
Our
with your
resident
conversation.
Air
Hey.
India pooper over here always takes a deuce on the segment.
Some people just can't understand hard topics, and all they hear is just
What
static,
segment?
and it lulls them
Miguel,
to sleep.
we're having this thing called conversation, not a segment. We're just chatting it up with the boys. And
Remember
I can be
during our
critical of anything I
I'm
want.
just pointing out that you are.
Remember during our
rational.
chat session, whenever I wanted to say a funny joke, and then you refused to continue talking.
Wait. What was this? When?
Like 5 minutes ago.
like 5 minutes ago.
I don't remember that.
Okay,
You
well,
funny? I
Great,
don't-
we're good. This is
This is
I don't know
gold
what this
content.
is.
I wish Bill was here for this. He's missing out on some gems.
so.
Anyways, so
okay.
I was
Hold on, Siri just popped up on my thing again. I don't know what I'm doing
Siri
or
really
saying.
wants to be a part of the podcast today.
I know. So
Ask her if
she's
she wants to talk
mad.
about Doge updates or about deportations.
I know what she would say. Let's do deportations.
I cannot wait to have Will back on next week because I really would like an inside view into the mind of the president. But all I'm seeing from down here on this ground level is a president who's balling.
I can give you an
Because-
inside view on the mind of the president. I'm rich. I just won my 15th club championship. Look at this guy.
And also, federal
What a
judges
loser.
tell me what to do, and I say screw it, and I do it anyways. Like, I didn't even know that was possible, to be honest.
That's
I've told
great thought.
I've told a federal judge to screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you that aren't following this, Donald Trump has
Yeah.
been deporting illegal aliens. He's actually been deporting gangs. So I don't know if you knew that there were gangs operating in America, but there are so many gangs operating in America from other countries that we're deporting them. Anyways, a federal judge tried to stop that, signed a court order. I don't know how that works, whatever. But, you know, it comes out, the federal judge puts a halt, says, no, this can't happen. And I think like 2 more planes went out the same day. Like, it didn't stop. And so I want to know if the guy is he just, like you said, David, he's just rich and he's got so much going on that he's just going to do whatever he wants because he knows nothing's going to touch him anyways. Or if it's more of this attitude of like he knows what he's doing and why it's being pushed against, and that's why he's being so ballsy in not backing down.
No, I think he knows it's the right thing to do in this situation, and these judges are they're wild. They're radical liberal judges. So he's doing what he knows is right, and anyone defending these gang members who rape, murder, and
I just don't get it, man. I don't understand how people are at that point. How do you not
terrible.
open your eyes and look at that and be like, oh yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let's get those people out of here.
Well,
let's keep them.
I think the argument
Let's give them licenses and the right to vote.
Is due process, and I think I might be mistaken. I think that's where the judge is coming from. Is that these people are being
Not getting due process.
Right. Well, they're being expelled from the country on the basis of the crimes for the gangs with which they seem to be affiliated. A lot of the times, like if there's people that have like a certain tattoo or whatever, they're just assumed guilty by association. But then it gets kind of muddy to where it's like where is the line for something like due process in a situation like that whenever you are not a citizen of the United States and you're here illegally. Like I get, like if you're here on a visa or something and you commit a crime, then you are welcomed into the country and you're expected to abide by the country's sets of laws, and in return the country will treat you according to its own laws. But yeah, it's a real kind of muddled gray area whenever it comes to people who are in
I just can't understand what's so muddled about due process. If at any point in my life anybody asks me to show them proof that I'm an American citizen, it's going to take me like 45 seconds. Like it's right there. I got it. If you have it, you can show it. If you don't have it, you can't show it. I don't understand what more due process do you need from there. If you're not an American citizen, that's
it's
the end
due
of your process.
I think, on the basis of the way in which they are being expelled from the country on the basis of them being affiliated with these gangs. And the reason why they're going after the gang members is because the gangs themselves have been known to, do the things that David said, or traffic drugs or traffic people. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I agree with what you're saying for sure. I just think, that's where I think that's where people are getting a little bit hung up. But, at the end of the day, people have thrown, practicality kind of out the window for the sake of political points. So if you can stop Trump from doing anything, they're going to Trump has
just do whatever they can.
Come up with we've seen it again and again. I mean, he could come up with you could solve world hunger, but if, they come and say like, well, he didn't, get this approved by Congress, and it's like, we got to shelve it. And it's like, okay.
Right. But at the end of the day, what is happening with deportations is the correct thing and is following the law, right? They're illegal. They should be deported. So the judges ruling you can't deport these people are the ones in the wrong. And technically they have the authority of the judicial branch, but they are incorrect with their ruling. So what's happening is, I don't know the logistics, but it's ignoring a lawless ruling, basically.
I can't. I'm having a hard time pulling up ChatGPT right now for some reason, but I can't remember what the Illegal Aliens Act maybe is what it's called, but the specific language in the law, if I remember correctly, says gives the president the authority to do it, so to deport illegal aliens, and also to do it however he sees fit. So there shouldn't be any
hot air balloons. That'd be tight.
Here's a week's worth of rations.
Will be tight. I don't think they might not fit.
Teach them how to fly.
Dude, talk about something I would never get into is a hot air balloon. I'll fly any day. Will not get into a hot air balloon.
Into the basket.
I would be totally A-okay if we reinvested all of the Doge savings into creating as many hot air balloons as we need to just
Just float everybody out.
to float all the MS-13 members to El Salvador. Just we can all watch.
Guys, as of
Watch
today,
them.
Doge has saved $115 billion. So we could probably put together a lot of hot air balloons with that.
That's a lot of. That's at least like
That's
couple
5 or
hundred.
6.
yeah, at least
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
hundred. I would say
At least
it might be more.
8 or
I don't
9.
know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how much hot air balloons are, but I'm sure
I got
you
this.
could at least do a
Alexa,
dozen.
Alexa, how much is a hot air balloon?
Punch your mic.
I don't have an Alexa.
Oh,
Wait. She might.
I don't
answer.
have an anything.
you set us
Alexa
up.
everywhere.
Oh, I don't have one.
So what's funny is, have you all downloaded the new deportation app yet?
No, I have not, but I heard
No.
about this.
No. You got to
The
get in on
the
it.
self-deportation.
It's worth looking just to see what kind of perks you get offered to leave.
Is it incentivized?
I don't know. That's why you got to download the app. I assume it's maybe on a person-by-person basis. So if you go and enter your information, you'll have to live out your days in Guatemala, but at the same time, you might get like a cool ranch or something. And I'm
In
talking
Guatemala.
Doritos. I'm talking about the entire thing.
This
The
guy's doing a
whole
stand-up.
thing.
He's doing a
Yeah.
stand-up performance.
He's working out his bits over
Yeah.
here.
Wow. I like this farm. It's a very cool ranch. And we're not talking Doritos. So anyway,
Oh, man.
that's good. You should do stand-up. Why not?
No, that was better delivery. I'll just write for you.
What's holding you back from doing stand-up?
Ooh,
I need
the
I need a
fear.
delivery, man.
I have like a little note of bits that I think of that I think, man, I could probably write some good jokes out of this, but then I
Yeah.
never sit around and write them.
Miguel and I have talked about I have a
Our aspirations.
I have a note that's probably a couple thousand words at this point of all of my my stand-up joke ideas. I
Really?
don't know if oh yeah.
Do some right now.
Are you
Come
pulling
on,
yours
do a
up?
couple.
I'm pulling mine
No,
up
no,
right
no.
now.
Actually, do them like you're performing on stage to us right now.
Well,
Pick
they're
one.
all
No, I don't
these
care.
are
Pick
all
one.
these are all just they're just all premises. Like
Okay,
they're not
read a
like
premise.
fleshed
Read
out
a premise.
jokes.
Read a premise.
Let's see.
I just found one. This was a true story that happened to me. I was at a gas station buying a vape once, and this dude walks in with a silver dollar that he gotten from the bank, and he's looking for Patricia, who worked at the gas station, because he was trying to leave her a rare silver coin. And I remember like being in the line and thinking like, man, that is a type of love that I will probably never experience in my life. Two rare silver dollars at a gas station. Like, is that not the type of love that you want?
Is there
Cue
a bit
applause.
somewhere in there?
That was very vulnerable
Thank you.
for you to share that.
Thank you.
Was that supposed to be a bit?
No, that's a setup. I'm trying
It's a
to
setup?
let you into my mind, bro.
I have one about the premise is about but see, I don't want people to steal all my stuff. I'm scared to put it out
do
there.
it.
Which is a
Come
real
on.
problem. I have another premise. I have another premise
with
about
all
the first.
3. No, I want to hear Brandon's.
I have one about how weird it is that that humans drink cow's milk, and
Oh my God.
it culminates into humans or like young babies going up and like telling a baby cow to get the heck out of here. I'm thirsty.
Okay. I have a bit about the proper etiquette for cleaning your orifice after you go number 2, which a lot of people don't know.
What's the bit? What's the premise?
Well, I mean, if I put some poop right here in my elbow, close it up, take a piece of paper towel, and just wipe it through one time and then open it, I bet you won't lick that elbow right there. But that's exactly what we do every day. We go to the bathroom, just do a quick little wipe, and you just think you're fine, but you're not fine.
What are you talking about, lick?
See, you asked for premises,
These
but you weren't prepared. You
I
weren't
asked for
prepared, bro.
actual premises. You're like, a guy had $2 silver and then poop wipe.
The premise was a story.
What's the
I have another premise
expand?
to
Like,
where
what-
in the
you
same way
guys-
in the same way that we celebrate people when it's their birthday and they've lived another year, we should begin ridiculing them after they die.
Okay, that's a really good one. All right, here we go. That's great.
Next week, Brandon won't be here because his stand-up career will have taken off.
Okay, Miguel, I need to hear a real premise from you.
No,
Like,
I'm not giving you
find
anything
your
else.
best
No,
one.
no.
Yours
I
weren't
gave
premises.
I gave you my heart,
Those were
and you
not-
crushed it several times. So I'm done.
Those were nothing. I can be honest with you.
I suck at stand-up comedy, so all I have are nothings. And now I know, and now I'm gonna stop with my aspirations. I'm gonna give up on my dreams, and I'm gonna
You should.
flush those hopes down the toilet.
Hey guys, I have a few premises
I have
here. refrigerators are cold. I don't know how I'm gonna do that one.
We'll figure it out.
Dogs.
No, it's a good
Why they
setup.
always bark? Okay, I wanna say my favorite Norm Macdonald joke.
Okay, do you want me to continue or am I all done?
Let me just say mine and then.
No, he wants to interrupt you to tell his.
So Norm said, it's always funny when whenever the doorbell rings, the dog always runs to the door and is barking and excited. It's almost never for them. The doorbell's not for them. It's a good one. All right, Wes, go ahead.
It's the last one. I don't think it's that hungry, or it's not that hungry, or that funny.
Hungry? Are you boys
Dave is
okay
the
tonight?
worst person to mess up words around. Every time I try to be so careful when I talk, and for some reason I mess up more often around David. But I know
Yeah.
it's because I feel so much pressure.
So much
whenever I'm talking
Miguel,
around him.
Miguel,
And I
Miguel
cannot
said
get away
especially.
with anything.
Yeah, especially. Go ahead.
I don't know where this one's gonna go. It's it's a really pretentious guy that insists on going to war with a bow and arrow, and then ends up getting shot with a gun.
Wow.
That's really good. Miguel, come on, save yourself. You got a good one.
Nope.
You should have to explain. You should explain it better.
Nope.
Because I wasn't getting it.
Nope. I just don't have any comedy skills.
No, I don't think that's true. I just think there's a disconnect between your reading your premise and me
No, it's
understanding it.
I lack comedic skill. This is why I'm a podcast host.
I have
I know
another
what
about the strange intimacy.
Oh yeah, there's that job too.
You do have a full-time job.
The strange intimacy surrounding sleeping with a friend's dog in your bed when you're babysitting it.
Ooh, that is true.
There's something weird about it.
There's something there. It's not
There's
laugh
a
out loud
lot.
funny.
There's
but
a lot of
something there.
intimacy when you're babysitting your dog and it's just cuddled up to you. Like whoa.
Yeah, dogs are lovers. We love dogs. Would you sacrifice a dog if it meant you could walk a old lady across the street?
Would I sacrifice my dog for a strange old lady? No.
No.
Would
okay,
I sacrifice a strange dog for an old lady that I know and love? Maybe.
Okay. I'm pro animal, so I would never kill a dog.
I took. This is from a while ago. Whenever we took the bars off my Eliza's crib, and then she didn't know how to stay in bed anymore. So I wrote down, we took the bars off my daughter's crib the other day, and for the first time, I feel like I'm able to really appreciate the border crisis.
That's good.
That's actually funny.
You have good premises, and that's a long notes app.
What's that?
You have a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah. So
Open mic night, baby. Come on.
open mic night. I'm just waiting. I need some partners, man. We got to start writing.
No,
we got to
no.
write a movie. Do you want to hear
Stand-up
my
comedy
movie
is
premises?
No, I've heard them. They're awful.
I have another one.
Stand-up comedy is a solo thing. You don't need a partner. You just go up to open mic night, bunch of drunks in front of you, and then you just do 5 minutes. You can do 5 minutes.
I've been to open mic nights, and I've remembered
done
the
them?
way that no I've watched other people do them, and I just
And
remember
just
the way
bomb.
that I felt watching people, and I don't want to make anybody feel that way.
Comedy's rough.
It's a fair point of view to have. My microphone just fell off of the hanger, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Wait, hold on. So before we get to Miguel's really fun final segment that he has planned for us, this is my sci-fi thriller idea.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of
Don't mess up any words.
It's a bunch
your
of
words
bullet
right.
points. This isn't my rom-com idea.
Okay.
This is my sci-fi thriller idea.
Right.
And also, I don't remember it at all, so it's like I'm reading it for the first time. Pair of engineers working on an invention. They figure out teleportation. It's an instant hit and is implemented worldwide. The inventors are rich beyond their wildest dreams. Someone eventually notices that they don't use the teleporter themselves. The engineers have a secret, and it's that teleporters aren't teleporters at all. The pads are actually making a copy of people and killing the one in the pod. Kind of like a fax. Drama ensues.
Kind of like The Prestige.
Exactly like The Prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
There's
Brandon,
no
you wrote,
such
you wrote,
thing-
you wrote a
Not very-
worse Prestige. Good
There's
job.
no such thing as originality. You can find something similar to everything else all the time.
Coming soon this summer, The Worst Prestige. Written and directed by a 12-year-old, apparently.
No, dude, you're going to direct it.
I would not direct that. That's
You
awful.
wouldn't catch him dead.
Come on, I get some big money investors involved. You'll direct it.
Well, all right.
Yeah. All right, Miguel.
Well.
What's your final segment? You want to talk about March Madness? What do you want to talk about March Madness?
Ooh.
Who's your pick?
I don't want to talk about March Madness.
You want to be March
I want
Madness?
to trash March Madness.
Why?
You don't like March
Madness is
Madness?
fun.
I hate basketball and I
There
like
is
March Madness.
no
Yeah.
sporting event.
Dave,
that
are you going to
I-
join my group? Fill out a bracket.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Well, go
Miguel,
ahead.
you're no longer
I was,
invited.
I was interrupted. I don't want to keep talking anymore.
Correct. That's what you should do because we're all adults and we're all humans. Go ahead, Miguel. Sorry for
I just hate March Madness. I don't know. I was never a fan of
Why?
college basketball, and I also think that March Madness tournaments are the dumbest thing possible because who can actually win a bracket? It's like impossible. So why even waste your time doing it? It just seems foolish. And I don't
You
get
said
it, and I
March
hate it.
Madness March Madness
Yeah.
tournaments. Like there's plural. There's only one.
Well,
I meant
there's
like
actually
March
two.
Madness
There's a
tournaments
men's and
historically.
women's.
No,
Oh,
please.
there's two. Well, there's only one.
Guys, this
I
reminds
won.
me-
I
I
won in
saw-
8th grade. My whole high school did a tournament. I won the entire.
You won the bracket?
I went to a very small high school, but yes, in 8th grade, I won the entire bracket.
Wow,
pretty
so it is
good.
possible.
I mean,
$25.
but you can't criticize March Madness based on like the fun little game a bunch of people on their couches are playing.
No, I honestly just could never get into college basketball. College basketball.
nobody
gets
way
into
college
slower,
basketball.
Way more
Basketball
boring,
sucks.
way less intense.
But it's fun to watch the turn. It's just there's so much camaraderie around it. It's like there's games happening every single day, like in the
Lots of games.
afternoon while you're like working. You can also have a game on like another screen, and you're looking at your bracket, and you have some kind of investment into two teams that you've never even heard of before. It's a fun, exciting little thing. You should try getting into it a little bit this year.
I get that you don't like basketball. Basketball is one of the worst
I
sports
love.
ever.
I love
He
the
loves
NBA.
basketball. That's the weird
Oh,
thing.
I hate the. I think NCAA is way better than NBA. NBA, they don't even. They just travel the entire time. No, this is not a David take. This is a widespread belief that March Madness is way more entertaining, more fast paced, more characters. It's a fun thing watching these kids.
Way more fast paced. What is their shot clock? Like 60 seconds. It is the most boring version of basketball quite possible.
Quite
the game's,
possible.
The game's over. Oh, what was the score? 42-39. Oh, like come on.
Yeah, but every
basket.
basket means something. It's not just like up and down the court, score,
It's not
miss,
120 to
score.
115. I hear you, but I don't know. It's boring.
There's defense, dude. Defense is like actually kind of cool sometimes.
I've experienced it.
Yeah.
I've been to 31 March Madness games.
All right, well look, you're
What?
gonna fill out a
No,
bracket.
I'm just kidding. I've not been to a single March Madness game.
You're gonna fill out a bracket this year.
Not for
You're
$20. I ain't.
Yeah, come on.
Are you giving me a free bracket?
No, I'm
All
not.
right, I'm not. Then I'm not filling one out. Sorry, bud.
All right, well then at the very least, David, you're invited too. We are all going to go get lunch on Thursday afternoon. Maybe
To watch Gonzaga and some other team that I can't.
No, that's the best
name?
part. You'll watch like 16 teams all playing at the same time on different TVs. It's incredible.
I've never met someone who doesn't like March Madness. This could
So-
be another bad Miguel take.
So
Maybe.
we're all
I don't like I hate basketball
I'm
and I
racking it
love
up.
watching March Madness. It's so
so we're
fun.
all gonna meet at noon at Brews Room.
I have this
on
thing called a
Thursday.
job. I don't think so.
You're not allowed to go to lunch.
Not to watch March Madness. No.
Yeah, I don't-
Do you
I
know what
feel
that
like
is? Like, what are you
There's
talking
a lunch
about?
break, and then there's gonna go watch March
Come on,
Madness with the boys.
It's like a
Hey.
holiday.
Yo, we're all hanging out. We're going to the casino. 9 a.m. Monday. We're all going.
It's just a coffee date. Don't worry.
No, we're just doing
Yeah.
coffee at the casino. It's a
All
great
right, boys.
idea.
All right.
I think we've been culturally relevant long enough.
Wait,
We,
no, I've not been.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I feel like
Wait. March Madness. Okay, go ahead.
I just, feel like we held the fort down pretty good topically wise. David's
your favorite-
laughing at his own jokes.
What's your favorite
missed-
movie?
No, never mind. I wasn't making your face.
Hitch.
Hit.
What was the question? Favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Uh,
Slumdog Millionaire.
National Treasure.
no. I was
National
trying-
Treasure 2.
I'm trying to think of what movie I can say that will make you guys hate my opinion, but it's not
The thing
going
is,
to.
National Treasure is a national,
treasure. You're exactly right. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
dude.
interrupted you again, but that's some things need to be said.
Yeah, you need manners, man. You should take a class or something.
No, that's okay.
That
How we get you
mustache
sorted?
needs a class.
We'll get you sorted.
No, we're good. I just hang out with people like you guys. What do I need manners for?
Yeah, you elevate us.
Thank you. That's not what I meant, but I'll take it. No, favorite movie of all time.
Snatch.
Have you guys seen All Dogs Go to Heaven?
It's a movie, Miguel. Get your mind out of the gutter.
All Dogs Go to
It's-
Heaven?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
The animated one?
Of course.
Can't be better than Rescuers Down Under, though.
That's probably true. All right, Forrest Rank, top 25 animated movies of all time.
Top 25. Go.
Go.
I'm
Number
trying to-
25, Shrek.
I'm still trying to think of my number one favorite movie. I honestly don't know. I just watched the Batman trilogy over the last week.
Okay, ready? Favorite anime, we'll all say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Blue Eye Samurai.
RuneScape.
RuneScape. David, we're on the same wavelength right now. This is crazy. David, have you seen Blue Eye Samurai?
I don't know.
It's amazing.
Guys, are you guys all up to date on Severance? Can we talk about that on the show?
No.
We should talk about it, though. We should talk about it. The last
No,
few
I-
episodes
no.
have been boring,
I
and I don't want to watch
haven't-
anymore.
Okay, cool. Because I haven't been able to watch it because my wife's
Don't.
parents have been in town.
I think it's just like the movie Lost. It's just like
You
the
know-
show Lost, where they drag it out and they don't ever tell you anything.
which is such a
and then they-
disappointment.
It's okay. Don't say any more because he hasn't watched it. So don't send him into it with like
Don't waste your time.
entirely grounded expectations. But don't raise your expectations really high.
Dude. Read
I
a
mean,
book.
Let's just say they got to knock it out of the park on this season finale.
I'm not even gonna watch the finale.
All
I'm
right.
not bored
Are
with
you
it.
really gonna
What-
boycott the finale?
We're gonna
haven't
keep
watched the
talking,
last-
but close it out, Miguel, while David and I finish this conversation.
All right, that's been enough cultural relevance for today. We'll be back next week with our man
Are you gonna watch
Bill.
the finale?
You interrupted
Yes,
me
you're-
again.
No, we're talking in the background of your.
No, we're
outro.
not.
That's
No.
literally what David
No.
wanted.
I wanted the intro. I
5,
said it twice.
4, 3.
All right, boys, we've been culturally relevant long enough.
Nope. You're screaming into the mic, and that was peaking.
5, 4, 3.
Sometimes I hate working with you, David. We've been culturally relevant long enough. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. My brain is blitzed.
All right, boys, we've been culturally irrelevant long enough. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I hope you had some fun here. Will, I hope your leg gets better. Just make sure to change your bandages, keep the wounds moist if possible, and it's go to the ER if it starts to change color. Just remember, for all of our
We love you.
listeners, never wade into the bog at night. Good night. Love you, boys.
Let's have Miguel do the real one.
No, that was it. That felt great.
With the rock music behind it.
This has been an episode of Culturally Irrelevant, a production by us. Check it out on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or any other major podcast platform by searching for the Culturally Irrelevant Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back with the boys next week.